If you're looking to hire an attorney, here are 5 red flags that you should be cautious and aware of. Number 1, I want you to go to the state bar's website and type in that attorney's name and last name and search for their state bar profile. This profile will tell you if they're actively licensed and if they have any problems that they've encountered in their practice on their license. So if they've had issues with previous clients and the client has complained to the state bar, it'll show up on their state bar profile. So always check their state bar profile. Make sure they're an actual active attorney. If you can't find the person on the state bar's website, then that means they are not a licensed attorney, okay? They are lying to you. So this is a major red flag. Red flag number 2 is check their reviews online. So Google their name and see if they come up on Yelp, see if they come up on Avo. There's a ton of websites that review attorneys, and although obviously you have to take some of these reviews with grains of salt, most of them are pretty accurate if they're from clients and they're complaining. So go through their online reviews and see what people are saying about this attorney. If you see something negative, then obviously it's a red flag, especially if it goes towards their work quality or their results. If you see something that just looks off, like they're complaining about the sofa they sat on in the attorney's office, then obviously that's going to be of lesser value to you. But that's the second red flag. Third red flag I want you to look for is attorneys that have multiple locations in very distant cities from one another. So if you see an attorney who has an office in Los Angeles, but also an office in like San Jose, San Diego, Santa Barbara, that's a red flag that they're not physically there. They've obtained these office locations by mailing address only. They don't have a physical presence in those cities. And they usually do this for marketing purposes because by putting those addresses on their website and on Google, they're able to attract clients online in those cities. So it's mainly done for marketing purposes. Do not be impressed by it. So that's the red flag, is not to be impressed by multiple office locations in distant cities. Number 4, I want you to actually look through and see if the attorney actually has a specific practice area or multi-practice areas. If they're jack of all trades doing multiple things and you're looking for an attorney that does one specific thing and masters it, then obviously they're not a right fit for you. Or if they tell you they specialize in this one thing, but you go to their website and you see that they do that one item, but also they do everything else that's ever possible for them to do, then they may not be a good fit for you and it may actually be a terrible fit. So that's kind of my 4th red flag, is take it with a grain of salt. Maybe you don't want to hire someone who's a jack of all trades if you're looking for a specific attorney. And finally, number 5, the biggest red flag is if you call their office and they don't answer right away, and you're having to call them multiple times and leave messages, and you're chasing them before you've even hired them to do the legal work for you, you're probably going to have an even worse experience contacting them once they are your attorney. So that is red flag number 5. If you cannot reach them while they're still trying to obtain your business, they are not going to be a good, responsive attorney during the course of your actual litigation, lawsuit, case, or work that you want them to do. So those are my 5 red flag tips for you if you're considering hiring an attorney for some legal work or you're shopping around for an attorney. I want you to be aware of these 5 red flags because they truly are an indication of the quality of these attorneys that are out there. And with the internet, you know, everything is possible for them to represent a certain one way, but in reality be a different way. So do your homework, research before you hire an attorney. Hope this was helpful.